Hello everyone, this is Dalster and welcome to another video about music topics. Today I will discuss the life of Tina Turner as well as how I learned about her. In case you did not know, Tina Turner passed away at 83 on May 24th, 2023. She was a pretty big deal as she is the queen of rock and roll and still is no matter what. I remember when I took a class at college, which was the history of rock music, we learned about Tina Turner and why she became such a sensation throughout the music community. One of my favorite songs of hers is River Deep, Mountain High, along with What's Love Got to Do with It. She was a showstopper who gave it all while performing. She danced, sang, and put herself out there, and continued to do so for over 50 years. Now that's a record right there. Tina Turner has done it all and has been through it all too. Tina has survived an abusive relationship, moved to Switzerland, became a citizen there, has published books, and has a musical based on her life. Such a long life with so many achievements, but some strings attached to it. The last thing I heard of Tina Turner was that she had lost her son in 2018 because he took his life, and that she was getting sick. Her sickness unfortunately caused her death at age 83. I did some research on the day she died and remembered that she also lost another son to colon cancer. She gave us a lot of great things but went through a lot of pain, but at least we have memories and stuff to remember Tina for years. Tina was born on November 26, 1939 and was a singer, dancer, actress, and author. Her real name was Anna Mae Bullock and lived in Tennessee and was the youngest of her siblings. Her father, Floyd Richard Bullock, was a sharecropper, and her mother was Selma Priscilla. She had two older sisters, and all three were separated while their parents relocated to Knoxville, Tennessee, for Tina's father to work at a defense facility during World War II. They eventually reunited after the war ended. Tina's mom ran away when Tina was 11 because her mom's relationship with her father was abusive. Tina's father eventually remarried, and Tina, with her sisters, moved in with their maternal grandmother. Tina was mostly raised by her grandparents on both sides of the family and has said that her parents have never loved her or wanted her. Tina worked during her teen years as a domestic worker for a family. Sadly, around this time, her half-sister Evelyn died in a car crash with cousins Margaret and Vella Evans. Later joined the cheerleading squad and a basketball team for females at Carver High School in Brownsville. When Tina was 16, her maternal grandmother, who she was staying with, died, and Tina had to move in with her mom in St. Louis, Illinois. A lot to go through for a 16-year-old. She graduated from Sumner High School in 1958 and worked as a nurse's aide afterward. During the late 1950s, Tina and one of her sisters would go to nightclubs, and from there she met Ike Turner, her soon-to-be husband at the time. Ike Turner was in a band with the Kings of Rhythm. She was fascinated by how he played and asked if she could sing with him. Ike said he would call her but never did. Tina then took the microphone when the band was on break one day and sang a B.B. King song, You Know I Love You. Ike was impressed, and Tina sang the rest of the night and got to be a vocalist for his band. Tina's first recording was Box Top and credited as Little Ann instead of Anna, her real name. Ike taught Tina how to sing, write, and release demos. Soon enough, Tina got recognized and Ike called her Tina, after Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, because it rhymes. Ike was inspired by Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, and Nyoka, the Jungle Girl, thus creating Tina's stage persona. He then put his last name as her last name as a trademark for protection, so that if she left, like his previous singers had, Ike could replace Tina with another girl who can take up the Tina Turner persona. Tina Turner was introduced to the public as herself in July 1960 with the song A Fool in Love. The song reached number 2 on the Hot R&B Sides chart and number 27 on the Billboard Hot 100. Afterwards, they released more music together and got a lot of Grammy nominations. Ike and Tina Turner had lots of hits such as It's Gonna Work Out Fine, Tra La 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 La, Poor Fool, and I Idolize You. They became an interesting duo and performed to more audiences in southern clubs and hotels. Ike mostly did things in the background while his band Kings of Rhythm and the Ikettes, his girl group, worked around Tina's singing. They signed with more labels in the 60s, which included Kent, Senko, Tangerine, and many more. They were successful with their first charting album, Live, The Ike and Tina Turner Show, which was number 8 on the Billboard Hot R&B LPs chart in February 1965. Phil Spector, one of the biggest music producers at the time, saw one of their shows and invited them to appear in the concert film The Big TNT Show. Ike and Tina Turner worked with Spector's label and made their first single, River Deep Mountain High, released in 1966, and became successful overseas. Tina then appeared on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine as the first female and black artist to ever do so. They began to appear on more shows such as The Ed Sullivan Show, Playboy After Dark, and The Andy Williams Show. In the 1970s, they covered Creedence Clearwater Revival's Proud Mary and became an instant hit. They won a Grammy for Best R&B Performance by a Duo or Group, and had more Grammy nominations along the way. Tina starred in her first film, Tommy, a rock opera movie, as the Acid Queen, and was featured in Anne Margaret's TV special. With Tina gaining success in many ventures, Ike sank into addiction as he was into cocaine in the mid-1970s. They got a television deal with CBS TV. Around July, Ike and Tina had a physical altercation on the road, and Tina fled with only 36 cents and a mobile card. Their relationship was very toxic, and if you want a good explanation of their relationship, watch the What's Love Got to Do With It movie starring Angela Bassett. It's a very good movie, and it's going to be available on Tubi.com for free starting May 31st. I actually found out through Google. Trigger warning, there is an R-word scene in the movie where Tina and Ike are in the studio. It's really sad, but luckily Tina filed for divorce and was finalized in 1978. Sadly, it came with lawsuits after separating with Ike, because they were both booked to make appearances, but since they were divorced at the time, they could not do so. Tina paid them all off while touring, and in 1977, she changed her look and went on her own as a solo act. She became more successful when she got signed with Capitol Records. Tina had 2 weeks to release her album Private Dancer in 1984 and released her most popular song, What's Love Got to Do With It. That song was her second single from that album and became her first number 1 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 chart as a solo artist. Since then, she had more hits such as Better Be Good to Me, Private Dancer, and participated in the global song We Are the World with the likes of Michael Jackson, Cyndi Lauper, and so many more big singers. She starred in a film with Mel Gibson in 1985 called Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. She released 2 songs for the movie with We Don't Need Another Hero, Thunderdome, and One of the Living, which earned her a Grammy for Best Female Rock Vocal Performance. Tina Turner continued to make more hit albums after first album and released an autobiography book, I, Tina, which was a bestseller. She got her start in Hollywood and was in the Guinness World Records in 1988 for the largest paying concert attendance for a solo artist. The concert was the Maracana Stadium at Brazil. Tina got more Grammys, number 1 hits, and platinum albums throughout the years and became a powerhouse. She and Ike Turner were inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1991, but Tina did not attend that event. Phil Spector accepted the award on their behalf since Ike was in jail. Definitely a weird choice to accept the award. If you know, you know. In 1993, the movie What's Love Got to Do With It was released. It starred Angela Bassett as Tina, who a lot of people most notably know as Queen Ramonda in the Black Panther movies, and Lawrence Fishburne as Ike Turner, who you might know recently in the John Wick movies as the Bowery King or the villain from the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie. Both actors got nominated for Best Actor and Best Actress in the Oscars, but sadly they did not win. Tina then released GoldenEye, written by Bono and The Edge from U2, for the James Bond movie of the same name as the song, in 1995. Her next song When the Heartache Is Over from her 10th and final studio album 24/7 was certified gold by the RIAA. The tour for the album was the highest growing tour in 2000 with over $120 million. In July 2000, Tina announced her retirement. Her greatest hits album, All the Best, was number 2 on the Billboard 200 albums chart. In 2005, it went platinum in the US and shockingly 7 other countries. In 2009, Tina retired again after another tour. Although it's been a couple years, her song The Best returned to the charts in the UK at number 9 due to an online campaign by fans of Rangers Football Club. During the 2000s, Tina did a lot for the Swiss community and released spiritual and uplifting music albums in Switzerland. Tina appeared on the German issue of Vogue magazine at the age of 73. In 2014, she released a new compilation album called Love Songs. In December 2016, Tina Turner announced that she was working on a musical called Tina, based on her life. She also released another book called My Love Story and got a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 2018. Tina did a collab with Kygo for a remix version of What's Love Got to Do With It. She became the first artist to have a top 40 hit in 7 consecutive decades in the UK. During 2020 and afterward, Tina released her 3rd book, Happiness Becomes You, A Guide to Changing Your Life for Good, which is also written with American author Taro Gold and Swiss singer Regula Curti. The book became one of the best non-fiction books of 2020 by Amazon's editors. She had a documentary film, Tina, in 2021 and was finally inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist. Tina didn't have it easy as she raised her first child on her own. She also had an affair with Ike when he was living with his other girlfriend. From there, she went through the trauma of being hit by Ike for many years and to have a son named Ronnie in 1960. Sadly, having a kid didn't change Ike for the better, as he was abusive and cheated on Tina during their marriage. It was so bad that Tina almost took her own life. It was the relationship that made her stronger after ending it. She forgave him in 2018 because of old age, but would never work with him again. She found love again with Erwin Bach, a German executive, and had a 27-year relationship until they married in 2013. As for her kids, sadly the biological ones are no longer here too. But she does have grandchildren. Raymond Craig was the son of Tina and Kings of Rhythm saxophonist Raymond Hill. Tina raised Raymond Craig as a single parent while still being 18. She then met Ike and adopted Raymond Craig as Craig Turner. Craig unfortunately took his life in 2018 from a gunshot to the head. Tina said that Craig was really shy and an introverted person. She said that he was working in real estate and was in a relationship before his death. Tina said Craig's death was the saddest moment as a mother. Craig was cremated and his ashes were scattered off the coast of California. He was 59. Tina said in an interview with Oprah from the New Sky article online that Craig was an emotional kid as he saw his mom being abused by Ike. I think maybe the trauma might have haunted him or caused him to have trouble connecting with others because of witnessing his mother being abused. If you or anyone have thoughts of harming oneself, please call 988 or ask for help from a reliable source. There's always help somewhere. Really sad what happened to Craig, and I hope he's in a better, happier place too. Tina's other son, Ronnie, was from Ike Turner. Ronnie was a bass player for Manufactured Funk and married Afida, a French musician, in 2007. Ronnie also played for both of his parents' bands and had 2 kids. He sadly died in December 2022, 5 months before Tina also passed away. Tina also adopted Ike's children but were estranged after Tina and Ike divorced. Tina was introduced to Buddhism from a friend named Valerie, and it helped her break up with Ike. She would chant for 4 hours a day until the last few years of her life. I always wanted to study Buddhism, but I think you have to be bald or something. Tina went through a lot, from a difficult childhood to a domestic marriage, all the way to re-emerging as a solo artist, breaking record, whether it's music, concert attendance, books, or even in the movies. Tina has done it all. I remember seeing her in the videos really young. Tina was a really beautiful woman when she was young, and she still was to the very end. I don't know how she kept a smiling face after going through so many beatings from Ike and everything else that included throughout her lifetime. There was this show on VH1 called 100 Greatest Artists of All Time, and Tina was in the top 40. The commentators talked about how she kept dancing even after her 40s, and I'm like, how is that even possible that she's still doing that? When I took an anthropology class in college, we watched different kinds of monkeys. I remember the narrator was talking about these types of monkeys. I think it was the Japanese macaque, whose fur coat looked like Tina Turner's hairstyle in What's Love Got to Do With It. She lived until her 80s and with a lot of talent. I'm going to miss Tina, and I hope she's finally with her sons, all happy seeing each other after so many years. I wanted to include her kids because they were a part of her after all. Rest in peace, Tina Turner. Gone but never forgotten. And you're simply the best. But do you guys have any memories of Tina Turner that you would like to share? If so, comment down below. And thank you guys for watching this video, and sorry if it was pretty long. But thank you guys for watching, and comment, like, or subscribe for more music news, music topics, or anything to do with music. And everything else included, abandonings and all that stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.